Hi y'all, welcome back to episode 2 of the Passport Project Read Aloud. Today we'll be reading a portion of chapter 3, Thanks for Ruining My Life. Delaney, 13. Molly barks, jumps off the bed, and runs downstairs. My parents must be back. A few weeks ago, Rye and I took our usual Sunday morning church seats between our parental bookends. That week's sermon was about not living a life of accumulating regrets. Next thing you know, my parents have booked a trip to Chicago, and I get to spend 2 nights with my BFF. Hey girls, dinner time! Mom yells up the stairs. What are we having? I yell back. Tzatziki's. Bummer, Riley says, leaning against my door. I was hoping for Seren's coconut soup. Same. Tzatziki's is Mom's go-to dinner when she doesn't want to cook, which is basically every night. Most moms have a specialty dish their kids love, like Miss Diana's spaghetti or Miss Erin's chicken. My mom's specialty is yo-yo, as in, you're on your own. I'm curious to hear about this meeting they went to. Did you see how they looked at each other when the pastor said, accumulating regrets? And for the rest of the service, they kept having this invisible conversation with their eyes. Yeah, they're up to something. Time to find out what. We head to the kitchen and fill our plates from the carry-out cartons lined across the counter. We take our usual seats at the kitchen table. Tell us about the meeting. Was it fun? Riley starts the conversation. It was so much fun. It was full of travel junkies. Everyone in the room wore a name tag that listed the last place they'd been and the next place they were going, Mom says. Sounds like your kind of thing, Riley says. There's nothing my parents like to talk about more than travel. Nothing. What'd y'all do besides stand around and talk? I ask. Well, they had a panel of people who had taken gap years or traveled around the world. So people asked them questions about how they did it, tips they could share, that sort of thing. Most of the people on the panel were single or young couples, but there was one family who had biked all the way from Alaska to South America with kids. No way. I would die, I say. Whoa, that's so cool. Did you pick somewhere for us to go next? Riley asks. My parents give each other the same look they did in church a few weeks back. Well, sorta, Mom grins. We're going on a global family field trip. What? Riley squeals. What? I repeat, stopping my fork midair. What does that even mean? It's like taking a gap year after college to travel, but we'll do it as a family and only for half the year. Here's what we're thinking so far. Mom begins. We'll leave in the fall. That way you can start school like normal. Then when your dad's business slows for the season, we'll take off. We'll leave in October when your cross-country season ends and come back in the spring. And then you can finish the school year with your friends. Are they crazy? I drop my fork and inhale deeply, trying to slow my racing heart. I can't miss 8th grade, or the Halloween, Christmas and New Year's Eve parties, Dirty Santa, bonfires, sleepovers, the Valentine's dance, football games, basketball games, and so much more. I'd become that weirdo kid who doesn't fit in. My social life would never recover. Why can't we just go in the summer? That would make way more sense. I pivot, offering a teenage-friendly solution. You know I can't be gone in the spring or summer. That's the busy season for real estate. But if we travel in the winter, like we normally do, then it won't be as big of a financial hit, Dad explains. For the past few years, we've taken a big trip over winter break. Sometimes we miss an extra week of school, which is fun, but this is a whole different deal. They've obviously lost their minds. This must be a midlife crisis. We have a cat, a dog, and a house. Not to mention, they have jobs. I've got to remind them of their responsibilities. Riley and I take turns firing questions at our parents like boys with spitballs at a substitute teacher. What about Jingles and Molly and school and our house? And remember, I bare my teeth, I have braces which require regular orthodontist visits. My mom is super hyped, like she's had too many Diet Cokes. Dad's pumped too. This is not looking good. I hold my breath as Mom lays out the plan. I've already called Dr. Sarver, and it's no problem to skip your adjustments for a while. You'll just have to keep your braces on a bit longer. We'll find foster families for the pets. That's the tricky part, but we'll figure it out. As for school, you'll homeschool while we're gone and then go back to regular school when we return. 7th and 8th grades are our last window to do this. After next year, you'll be in high school and then college. If we're going to do something big, now's the time. We want to experience so many places with you, and there isn't enough time to do it over 2-week winter breaks. Besides, the most expensive part of traveling is getting there. If we're going to go halfway around the world, we should stay a while, Mom says. Dad continues. So we'll go back to Southeast Asia, and then we'll go to Australia and New Zealand. Since it's the southern hemisphere, it'll be summer there. The timing is perfect. We'll focus on the really far away stuff now, and when you're older, you can explore Europe on your own. What do you think? Are you serious? This is amazing! I'm dying to bungee jump in New Zealand. Riley jumps up and down, clapping and squealing. Then she busts into one of her cringy dance moves. Are the Bounds going with us? Great question. My head jerks toward my parents. The Bounds are our family travel buddies from California. They have kids our ages. Taylor and Sydney coming along is the only way to keep this idea from being a total train wreck. No, just us. My parents lock eyes with me and ask, Delaney, what do you think? Arms crossed, I give them a long, hard stare. I slowly reply, I'm not missing 8th grade. I'm not going. Then for extra effect, I march upstairs to my room and slam the door. To finish Chapter 3, you'll need to read along on your own. I hope you'll join me in the next episode of the Passport Project Read Aloud. Until then, dream big and travel far.